It's kickoff time for the Cigar International's Let's Talk Stil'rs show.
Let's Talk Stil'rs from Cigars International, Bridgeville, PA, every Sunday morning at 10:30. See you then.
Let's Talk Stil'rs. It's kickoff time for the Cigar International's Let's Talk Stil'rs show. Sponsored by Cigars International. Stop by our Bridgeville store today. Parking Chair Vodka. Respect the chair. It's a Pittsburgh thing. Forest Lodge and Campground. Cooks Forest, PA. Your adventure starts here. Visit Canton, Ohio. Red Fox Winery and Lounge. Let's Talk Stil'rs.
This guy stepped up. You asked about Jamar and a franchise record, 16 catches in a game of this magnitude is spectacular.
Zach, your emotions of touchdown Friday scores to put them up and then going back to offense. Did you just flip one?
It's a huge win. We needed this. We just, it'd been too long since we've won. And so when you're fighting for all these things that we fight for and these guys just keep coming at, as a coach, you just keep sticking with it. I see it coming. And for it to, you need the results. And so we got the results. And now there was no non-believers in that locker room. We knew what we're capable of, and we can see it, and we just had to put it together. But it's significant to find a divisional win, be 2-0 in the division right now. Got the right people in the locker room. And when you get to enjoy that feeling, I know it's just an early September feeling. This isn't December, January, but it's still meaningful. And these guys earned it because they've just kept plugging along. And they've known that we're close to these games. That's a good football team. So to be 2-0 in the division, right in the thick of everything that we've been talking about, with another home game coming up, chance to get healthy these next couple days, really just proud of the guys and the effort, and happy to get a win.
Huddle up, Steelers Nation, it's Tank. You're listening to Let's Talk Stil'rs, Fox Sports Radio, iHeart National Podcast System. It is a gloomy, rainy, horrific, a tsunami, a Bengal, orange and white, has rolled over the city of Pittsburgh. It harkens back to the great flood of 1903. When the fountain in downtown Pittsburgh was covered by 40 foot of water. I don't know what year that was. I know it's happened a couple times. It is the morning after Three Rivers Stadium was blown up. It feels like your prom queen date stood you up on prom night. That's what it feels like this Friday morning as I record this show as your Pittsburgh Steelers. They not only stubbed their toe in Cincinnati, it's whoops, here we go again with the Pittsburgh Tomlins. I started out this segment by playing you the Zach Taylor press conference following the game, the Cincinnati Kitty Cats head coach. I think it's more important that in this segment we focus on the perspective from the Bengals of why they won that game. You can hear the shock, the dismay, the pleasure in his voice that they beat the Steelers. Throughout Zach Taylor's post-game press conference, you hear him time and time again drop jelly beans to find your way back to the tree of truth that the Bengals didn't think they had a snowball's chance in Hades of winning that game. They viewed it as their Super Bowl. They played it like their Super Bowl with their 41-year-old quarterback versus our 41-year-old quarterback. The Bengals are delighted that their 30th, 31st ranked, whatever it is, crappy offense with a horrible, the worst O-line in the league, beat your Pittsburgh Steelers and put up over 30 points. As you look at why, you have to categorize this thing in three areas. Is it Mike Tomlin's fault? Was it the defensive scheme your Pittsburgh Steelers decided to play, whatever that was? We'll get into it. Or was it a lack of performance by your superstars? Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Patrick Queen. So those are the three areas to look at why this happened. Did the Bengals rise to the occasion with a stellar performance? You got two wide receivers there that you know were dangerous. Coming into the game, Joe Flacco, you know the scenario, gets traded, steps into a starting role, 2 starting roles within 10 days, and he looked magnificent. Stellar. Could be the NFL Offensive Player of the Year. That's what he looked like last night. Because there was no pressure on the man. There was no pressure on the man. Let's start with this Bengals offensive line. I'm going to play you what Zach Taylor says now about his offensive line.
Impressed with his performance. I thought our offensive line played outstanding. I mean, that defensive line has been wreaking havoc the last couple of weeks on all the film we've watched of all these other teams, and our line gave him a great shot. Our tight ends did an unbelievable job in the run game as well, and everybody stepped up for some yards after the catch. So just collectively on offense, it was great, and the defense getting that big stop at the end. I know it's the Hail Mary. I've seen the Aaron Rodgers.
Our offensive line, said Coach Zach Taylor, did an incredible job because your Steelers' defensive line and front seven have been wreaking havoc the last few weeks. This offensive line for the Bengals sucks. It sucked last year. It's horrible. This should have been the Romans facing off against the Lions in the Colosseum in 30 AD. This should have been a bloodletting by the Steelers front. This wasn't the Hogs of famed Washington Redskins days. This is the Cincinnati Kitty Cats, whose offense sucks and is at the bottom of the NFL because it starts up front. Even with Joe Burrows and this 2 stud wide receivers, that offensive line stinks. So, was it personnel last night? Was it the scheme last night? Was it Mike Tomlin last night? The Steelers' defense made Cincinnati look like a Super Bowl contender last night. Even in the run game. And If you watched the broadcast, you heard Al Michaels in astonishment say about the Kitty Cats running back, he's got to be in disbelief. He's averaging 4.4 yards a gain tonight, and normally he's met in the backfield. Even Al Michaels was stunned, and this was in the second quarter. This was an easy no-hitter to pitch by the Steelers defense. Let me break this down for you. Now understand something. I do some coaching, okay, at the high school level. Mostly with offensive line and defensive line. So we're in, as I say, my old wheelhouse here. Okay? Predicated upon the Bengals being the worst offensive line in the league and your defensive line, well, and front seven being touted as, wow, these guys are good. We're going to 5-1. I got a feeling. You always start hearing that chant when the Steelers are 4-1. Need I mind you what Mike Tomlin did to you during the 11-0 season when he lost to the Clowns? And we're going to get to that. Again, 3 principles to analyze here. Was it Tomlin's fault? Was it with the scheme? Was it the players' fault? Hey, you're listening to Let's Talk Steelers. I'm Tank Tantlinger. Don't forget our TV show. Yeah, you'll be able to look at my ugly mug and the quarterback, Mike McMahon, former NFL quarterback of the Detroit Lions, Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, Mike and I will be on TV. Yeah, the old television there. 22 The Point, Pittsburgh, PA. Sunday mornings at 10:30 starting November 9th. Mike and I only do half the season. I got a golf TV show and stuff, tournaments I run that keeps me busy right up till November. And Mike, well, he's offensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh North Catholic Trojans. And my little nephew there, Joey Felitsky, quarterback extraordinaire. He's leading the WPIL in passing and touchdowns. So we will go on the air, and you can tune in and watch us on 22 The Point from our locker room. Drum roll, please. Cigars International Retail Store in Bridgeville, Pennsylvania. We'll film on Tuesdays. We'll start out at lunchtime, then we'll get into the evening. You can come by, win some great Cigars International gifts and cigars, win trivia prize questions. It's going to be a good time. So tune in to Let's Talk Steelers TV on 22 The Point, starting Sunday morning, November 9th at 10:30. Oh. Your Pittsburgh Steelers, this was an easy defensive plan, if you didn't know it. It was an easy defensive plan, despite the Bengals having 2 killer wide receivers. Predicated upon 2 things. The worst offensive line in the league, Joe Flacco's age, immobility, and newness to the Bengals organization. It's how you break this down. This was a simple defensive scheme, plan of action. All right? You let the big dogs up front hunt. You let them loose. You let TJ loose. You play a base defense up front. You let Cam do what Cam just held out to do and got more money for. Benton had the big play earlier in the game. Where'd he go? And you've been playing Herbig. You got Highsmith back. That base front with that Steelers defense should have stopped the ground game. The ground game of the Bengals, which is ineffective. It's horrible. With the help of your inside linebackers, with Wilson and Patrick Queen. What happened? Well, let me tell you one of the things that did happen. Okay? If you listen to the show, You know I'm not a fan of Patrick Queen. He's a C+ Smurf. That means short, Devin Bush size, inside linebacker. I don't know how he got all Pro Bowl status with the Ravens. Maybe he was actually hitting people back then. Maybe he actually was decent in pass coverage. It was late in the first quarter or second quarter that once again Patrick Queen showed me who he is. Tight end catches the ball across the middle. I think it was Peyton Wilson who wraps him up. Patrick Queen, and they showed it twice, but they didn't talk about Queen. They talked about the catch by Osuvuvi, or whatever his name is. Patrick Queen had him dead to rights with a legal hit. Legal. There would have been no targeting and 15-yard personal foul, number 6. To light him up. Patrick Queen decided to jump over and avoid contact. Is this what you want from your inside linebacker? It is not. I got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to keep analyzing this loss to the Kitty Cats at Cincinnati. I'm Tank. Let's talk Steelers.
Let's talk Steelers. It's kickoff time for the Cigar International's Let's Talk Stil'rs show. Sponsored by Cigars International. Stop by our Bridgeville store today. Parking Chair Vodka. Respect the chair. It's a Pittsburgh thing. Forest Lodge and Campground. Cooks Forest, PA. Your adventure starts here. Visit Canton, Ohio. Red Fox Winery and Lounge. Let's talk Steelers.